Hey guys, it's Ashley, Scrapping Nerd, and I'm back today for Scraplift Crafternoon. It's Sunday afternoon, and a bunch of us crafty peeps get together, and we scraplift an amazing layout from one of these talented crafty peeps also out there. And today we are doing Emily from Miss Crafty Adams on Instagram. All of her information will be below, so make sure you go and give her some love. She also has a YouTube. But I loved her layout. It was adorable. I love that her title was "This is the Way" for the Mandalorian. But aside from that, I just loved the overall layout and the layers that she had. And so I am using my Pink Fresh Studio Making the Best of It, which is a collection I got in my Creative Scrapbook kit. And so I decided to pull in the blues that were in the collection, and then I do throw in just a little bit of pink, which you'll see. But I, of course, started with the background being the whole blue, and then I wanted to use this plaid as the piece at the bottom. Well, in Emily's layout, she had kind of a smaller kind of scrap piece that her photos set on, and mine's actually going to go across the whole bottom. And so when I had cut the plaid piece, on the back is this kind of pink color, and so I decided to put that behind the photo just to make the photo pop up off the background so that it didn't blend in too much. And I pulled in a white scrap piece of paper so I could double matte my photo. And I like how that's looking, and I just like the plaid all the way across the layout. But I pulled in my Tim Holtz stencil here, and in Emily's layout, she had some circular elements in the top of her photos, and I really liked that. And when I started, I pulled in my Distress Ink Picket Fence color, and this works really good on black paper, and I thought that it would work good on this blue paper because it was a dark color. And I tried to get that ink through the stencil, but as you can see, I mean, you could see it had like a shimmer, kind of like if the light caught it, but I wanted those circular elements to stand out more. So I decided to pull in my heavy gesso and put that through the stencil, and I left all that in so that you could see that, you know, all plans go out the window when it comes to mixed media, and I'm still learning things that I can do with mixed media, and so it's always funny to see when I'm like, oh, nope, that didn't work, so let's try something else. And so I like the gesso because it gave it some texture, and also it's bright white, so you could definitely see it, which is what I thought that the ink would do. Like I said, I've done it on black paper, and I just thought this darker blue it would show, but alas, it did not. But I really like how the gesso came out, and I wanted to add 2 of them. And so I used my heat gun to dry this larger one so that I could lay the stencil on the overlap it with this smaller of the circles from the Tim Holtz stencil. And so I just wanted to make sure that my picture would line up and it would cover the bottom of these stencil. I think they kind of are clocks. That's what they remind me of. I didn't do the outer like chunkier layer, I just did the inside layer, so it doesn't really look like clocks on the layout. It just kind of looks like a decorative circular element, which I really like. And then I wanted to take my Glimmer Mist from Recollections that I pulled out, and I just used a paintbrush and I did splatters in the background. And I thought this just it's not really glimmery, it just kind of adds some interest to the background. And so I wanted to make sure that everything went back on the layout and lined up really well, and I like how that looked. And so that's kind of what I was going for in the beginning, was these 2 elements like Emily had up on the top right of her photos. And she had 2 photos, and I only have this one photo. And it's a picture of my husband, his father, and his brother on Father's Day we did breakfast. And so I just have the one photo of them. And I used some thickers that I had that I pulled out in white, and it just is going to say Father's Day breakfast. And I used my thickers alignment guides to help me kind of align the title. And with the letter E's, I didn't have any more E's, so I used an F, and then I took an I, and I cut the I in half for the bottom parts of the E's for in the Father's and in breakfast. And so it turned out good. I was worried that the white wouldn't show up, and it does, though, because they are thickers and they're foam. I think that's what helps make it stand up off the background. I had originally pulled in blue also just in case, but I didn't like the size of the blue ones in the end, so that's why I decided to go with the white ones. And then I'm just gonna start my embellishment clusters. I liked that this little it was like a juice and a glass of the juice. What is that? A juice jar and a glass of the juice. It has oranges in it and strawberries, so I thought that works for the breakfast thing. And it says, "What a nice day," and then it says "Sunny Smiles" up there in the top right. And I pulled in, it is no bad thing to celebrate a simple life up in the left corner. Apparently I'm having trouble reading today. And then I pulled in that washi that I had with the blue dots, and I put it across the top of the plaid. And in the pictures you'll see, after I did the video and everything, when I was taking pictures of the layout, I decided to also put that at the bottom. So in the pictures at the end, you'll see I also put the washi across the bottom of that plaid. And then I just liked the idea of having this square frame on top of the circular element. I just liked that idea of that layer. But that's the layout, guys. Make sure that you check out everyone below, all of my people that play along on Sunday afternoons. They'll be scrapbooking Emily. And then make sure you give Emily some love on her Instagram and her YouTube. She does amazing, wonderful things. I want to thank everyone who's liked and subscribed to my channel. I always appreciate it. If you haven't, I would really love for you to join me and hit those buttons below. But I hope everyone has a great day. Bye!